Hello, everybody. I'm here. We have Mrs. Thing.
Hey.
And little Mr. Thing. Hope everybody's doing good. Whoever wants to join me.
He's talking over here.
I hear him. Hey, Letty. How you doing? I'm all right. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
Sean,
Yeah.
did you say something?
No. I thought you were talking to somebody in the chat.
I was. Just letting everybody know I was on.
Yeah, they finished the interstate I-55. It no longer goes near downtown Memphis. It goes around a bit. They completed that construction. They've been working on for a couple of years. West Memphis, Arkansas. Damn, this place makes damn good collard green. What the hell is everybody else is doing? They haven't came in yet?
Just Letty's here, ABCM channel, and nobody else. Check it.
Yeah.
So Letty, what's going on? How you doing?
She just woke up.
Yeah.
Getting ready to go to mass, are we?
Mass usually, if Catholics, it starts at noon to about 1:00.
Mm-hmm. Some of them go at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. She didn't answer. Lady M, you woke up early to get ready for mass, or no?
No, in 2 hours she'll be online.
Hmm. Yeah, this Petro in West Memphis and the Petro in Little Rock, man, they make the best collard greens, man. Hmm.
She's having coffee. And then I think she'll shower.
What, do you smell bad?
She just got up. I would.
Well,
That's usually what I do.
I usually showered before I went to bed. And when you wake up, you don't have to.
Somebody went to the mall and had a steak.
God damn, it's 103 degrees here.
You know, I don't like this guy's voice who portrays Mrs. Doubtfire as a character in a play. They picked the wrong person. He sounds more like Julia Child than Robin Williams' way of doing it.
Well, that's what Robin Williams modeled the voice after, was Julia Childs.
Limu Limo at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Mrs. Doubtfire teaches Daniel more than he thought about how to be a father. Here to perform Luke is one of Broadway Con's favorites, Daniel Hillard himself, the Tony nominee Rob McClure, and
Oh, good lord.
You can't say that shit.
Broadway Con! How many of you are here for the first Blizzard Con? How many of you are here? Love. Let me set this up for you real quick, if you don't mind. How many of you have seen the movie?
Obviously.
Great. This is our version of the scene where he's the janitor at the TV station and he plays with the dinosaurs. You guys remember that scene? This is our version of that scene. So at this moment, Daniel is working part-time as a janitor in a TV station. He's an out-of-work actor. And he works for the Mr. Jolly Show, which is this old man who's the host of a children's television who's way past his prime.
Right.
And there are two things are happening on this episode. One is he has a rapper on who's going to teach him how to rap, but he's so old and out of touch he thinks he means presents. And he's using a loop machine, which is a real thing. We're actually making all these noises happen on this loop machine, and we're trying to teach him what a loop machine is, and he's not getting it. Mr. Jolly's trying to teach his little mouse puppet, Mousy, how to tell time on a clock. Those are the two things trying to happen on the show. When it goes terribly wrong, they yell cut, everyone leaves, and Daniel Hillard is left alone as the janitor in the TV station. Good morning, boys and girls. Look
Yeah.
who it is. Oh, it's Mousy. Say hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I'm Mousy. Did I hear you're having trouble telling time? Yeah, I'll tell time.
There was no Mousy when he did that.
Because me and this gonna
This
help
is
you.
so
Do you know what
stupid.
this is? Yeah, it's a loop machine. It makes loops and bows. No, not bows.
Jesus
No,
Christ, this guy was an idiot.
no, that doesn't sound right. He's copying a voice that it's. I know it's not Jeff Daniels, but he looked like him. And the dude from Full House, he's copied that voice that he did.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Thanks for being here. There was no Mousy or a hand puppet in the movie when he was
No.
doing it. When he was introduced to the little dinosaurs and stuff in the kids show, whatever. And this guy
He was talking.
he's adding this.
Hey, he was talking to the owner of the station. He goes, "This guy used to put me to sleep." He was like, "Oh, you're wrong. They're both extinct." You know, this guy used to put me to sleep.
And he says, "What kind of idiot would put this guy in the air?" He's like, "Me, Jonathan Lundy, general manager." And then he's like, "Oh, Jonathan Lundy, manager, CEO." You know, but this guy added this shit, and it's not even in the movie at all. I know this.
Yeah, I know the movie too.
Fuck. Total waste of time. And then they invited the people, the cast, to a Comic-Con. He just destroyed it. Anyway.
There's only one guy I know that's a good actor that had me convinced. He was Robin Williams, and he did. It was an NBC ready-made for TV movie for TV.
Jamie
And he
Costa.
Is that who it is? Yeah, he was great. He
Yeah,
did his
spot
homework,
on.
and or he was a big fan of Robin Williams.
Oh yeah,
Probably both.
he did imitations of Robin with Popeye, with Mrs. Doubtfire, with Mork and Mindy.
He was dead on. I mean, he was great. They did the real life story of Robin Williams.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
I got you,
It
not
was
new, right here, pot. And he's pointing at his
I-
ass.
don't know if it got any good hits or, maybe it did. I don't know, but I saw it on YouTube. Just watched it, and
I want. You can see it on YouTube.
yeah, I found it on there.
What was the title? I can't remember.
Let me see if I can find it.
Because I'm looking for a copy of that, and they did the same thing with the Three Stooges. I'm looking for a copy of that too.
I hope Jamie's still around because I don't hear anything about him. Jamie Costa, Rob Williams. Let's see.
Because those guys that did that movie, not the movie that everybody knows. I'm talking one they released on the NBC about the Stooges' real life. Starting off with Ted Healy and everything. Those guys were really good. And I know the guy that played Curly also played the Thing in the original Fantastic Four movie. And he did a good job playing Curly. The other guy in the movie was good. He was just too big.
They don't really. They're clips, but they said it was an incredible performance that he did.
Yeah, what's that actor's name again? I haven't seen him in anything.
Jamie Costa.
Because I'd like them to do an interview of him. Are you a big fan of Robin Williams? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, not only that, he looked like Robin Williams. The facial expressions and everything. Someone like me, if I were to get in Hollywood, I can only play like Jason Voorhees or a Michael Myers. If they did a real life story of Mick Foley, I could do that. The only problem is I can't grow a beard or a mustache.
But Robin Williams' daughter Zelda was not impressed by it.
Really?
Of his performance about her dad.
I always thought Carly acted like Robin Williams.
Now, there's no way that they could find somebody that did a better job than he did.
Right.
And my number one, if they were to do a life story of John Candy, oh yeah, I would audition for that. Because me and John Candy are the same height, almost the same size, even though Candy was bigger than me.
I sent a clip to you just now. So, Dave, I appreciate you. I mean, you've been hanging out with me since February 2024. Appreciate you being here. Remember, I was working at the airport when I met you?
What was Dave flying in or flying out?
No. He's in the UK. He didn't come there. He kind of just popped into one of my chats, my live streams.
Oh, ready to go. I did my 30-minute break. Got my dinner in. But man, those greens are good.
I sent you a clip, so.
I had some kielbasa sausage, which Filipinos are scared of, and I had collard greens and cornbread.
I had that for lunch today.
What'd you have?
Collard greens and cornbread.
You didn't have the greens. You had it yesterday, not today.
See, she don't have the southern accent like I added.
At the restaurant.
Oh, yeah, yesterday.
Marion don't know how to add the southern accent to it.
It was good.
The way the Southerners say it, it just rolls off the tongue. And it's got style.
Yeah.
Aileen Cruz, how you doing? Why are you sitting up?
Ow! They really need to fix this.
Yeah, let's don't hit that person.
Oh.
Did you ever show up to Darren's live last night? Because we didn't see you at all. He said you were crashed out or something.
No, everybody left shortly after I came into the stream.
Yeah, and then Cher and Adrian left almost at the same time. I stayed a few times in and out, but Elise was talking, and who else was in there? Yeah, that Kyle guy. What's his name? Kyle.
Kyle Klepper.
I don't really care too much about him. And I can care less if he hears this or not, but I blocked him.
And you didn't block Noelle.
No, something tells me I might have to end up dating her.
Yeah, if you're lucky enough to get up there. Cleveland, yeah. Yeah,
Well,
but she's cool, man. She goes all over the place, man. She goes to live concerts twice a week, sometimes 3.
And you know, Mommy and Daddy are buying those tickets. She doesn't work.
She's with her sister when she goes.
I've seen her at a hockey game or a hockey practice or something, sitting there at the bleachers just watching. Hi, Josh. How are you? Like, she's not as active and happy when she's doing a live somewhere. But when she's on with you and others, it's like time to eat a straw.
Yeah, she just likes my voice, that's all. See, all the Filipinas like my voice. They just don't like me. I figured that out long ago. I'm like, man, this sucks. Like Sammy, she's trans. She wanted to have sex with my voice and not me. Well, I'm not interested in Sammy because she's trans, but that's what Sammy's issue was. It's like you can't just like one thing about somebody and then forget about the rest. No, you got to take somebody as a whole.
I said that to somebody. I said, whose hole are we talking about? Your hole? And this was a Filipino and Filipina, and I was like, they don't get American jokes very well at all.
No. They don't understand our satire unless they've been over here for a while. Like Georgie, she does. That's because she's, lived here most of her life. She came here when she was 17. She's in her early to mid 30s, I believe. Ooh. Headed to Little Crack Rock, Arkansas, and then get on Interstate 30 to head towards Texarkana, Texas.
You said crack rock.
Little Crack Rock. Because that's where the crack got started, where it became an issue, a plague all over the country. It started in Little Rock. That's why they all start calling it Little Crack Rock, Arkansas.
They call our state North Crackalack. Some people say Crackalack.
Never heard that.
And there's a place or a city in Florida called Okeechobee.
Oh, like Okeechobee, yeah.
And my Marion's cousin and I always say, "You mean Okeechobee?" I said, "Well, if you look it up, it says Okeechobee." He's like, "Nope, we're going to leave it at Choke Me." And he thinks it's funny when I said, "Yeah, we went to Okeechobee and down in Florida. How was it? Did you get choked?" But it's either a lake or a city. I'm not sure.
It's a lake, and there's the town near the lake, and the county. It's a Choctaw word, Okeechobee. Or Seminole, but the Seminoles are an offshoot of the Choctaws and the Cherokees.
Right.
the Cherokees were originally Choctaw.
Buns, what are you looking for?
Pecans.
They wouldn't be in the fridge. You
I
sucked
don't
all
have any.
you sucked all 4 bags down in a day and a half.
Well, you had some too.
No.
Yes.
Bags of what? Popcorn?
Pecans. Honey roasted pecans.
Ooh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the only peanut she can eat. I mean, whatever, and she can't have cashews and things like that because she's allergic to peanuts, and somehow pecans don't bother her.
Make pecan pie. See, if you live in the South, especially South Carolina where I live, you didn't need to buy pecans. You just rake them out of the yard because there were pecan trees everywhere.
Right there on the,
And they
on the
call
top shelf, asshole.
And the Southerners, they'd call it pecan.
No, not Cokes, but right there.
This right here.
That's the last one out of the box, yeah.
Oh, get some of them pecans right up under that tree. Yeah, grocery stores want to charge $5.99 a pound for. Like shit, man! I could just rake them out of my yard.
Brett's here. Brett came in. Roxanne's here. Yay.
That's like being in Florida and trying to sell coconuts. I'm like, shit, man! The things fall and hit the roof of my house all the time. I'm not paying for it.
I've never had one of these, but like, I don't really like the name of it because that's another reason why I don't eat it. It's a fruit. It's called kumquat.
Oh, kumquats? Oh, they are as miniature oranges, shaped like a grape.
Yeah, but the word just is scary.
Those are real popular in China and Korea and Mongolia.
Yeah, but they eat them because they think they're with guys sexually. Brett's cooking dinner.
But like I said earlier, Josh, if I-40 West wasn't closed, I would have went through there. But I had to go through, 85 around Charlotte, down through Greenville, South Carolina, 85 to Atlanta, get around there and got into Alabama last night. Ugh.
Calm down, everyone. That accent.
Well, I can control it. I made it up through there, through Mississippi, Memphis, and I'm in Arkansas. I ain't sounding like Johnny Cash.
My grandpa really enjoyed Conway Twitty back in the day.
Do we have any more Cokes and stuff?
Just the tall one. But that's not what we're going to discuss right now.
But do we have any more
Cans?
cans?
No. I've got my...
Oh, and by the way, to all the Filipinas that are in the live chat, the majority of the rice that's grown in the United States, you're looking at the fields where they grow the rice. To my right and left.
Hey, Mildred. I got my Sunkiss Zero Sugars that I'm going to put in.
I might have to have some of that.
Oh, calm down, everyone.
Yeah, a lot of cotton and rice is grown in Arkansas.
So get this. Friends of ours have a dog, right? It's a white, fluffy, not poodle type stuff, but just a white, fluffy dog. They named him Fluffy Cotton.
Okay.
That's his ID and everything. He's a service dog. But the owner likes to eat after the dog on the same fork, which I think is gross because dogs eat poop.
No,
So,
sometimes people are like that.
so she brought the dog to a restaurant that we frequent, right? And the owner, somebody told the manager, she's eating right off the dog's fork, off your all silverware. So she comes out and tells my friend, we have plasticware for that. We don't want you using a fork with your dog's mouth on it. So they got her plasticware and things went fine from there. But I think it's sick anyway, feeding your dog human food and then eating off the same fork. That's sick. Because dog's breath smell like fart. And anyway, so especially my folks' dogs, the ones I just had to watch, when they even yawn, it smells like hole in my house. Roxanne said, "What about your hole?" Well, I guess Brett left. Kind of like,
Wow, this used to be a cotton field to my right. Now it's full of solar panels. Golly, that's a lot of solar panels.
Letty, thanks for backing.
Hmm.
Yeah. See, I know Lone Wolf won't show up because weekends are sports stuff, and he gets so hooked on it that he'll leave his
Oh.
phone up in his bedroom and just watch TV all day.
Yeah, but sports really the only thing going on is baseball.
And
He's got a few more
football's
weeks
starting.
before football. In a few weeks, not yet. They don't report to camp until next week, and that's camp, no scrimmage or anything like that. Preseason starts the first week of September.
The Panthers and Bengals are supposed to. No, the Browns. They're supposed to play this weekend. We saw it on the news.
Oh, okay. That's probably that's a scrimmage game, not a regular season game. You just get a look at the people that they're going to decide on who's going to get cut and who's not. Because my son had his first scrimmage game today. Even the colleges, they're practicing and they're scrimmaging right now, but seasons don't start until like the last full week of August. That's when high school starts, or high school football starts. And it usually starts a week before the school year starts.
I know why Darren's not here.
And I wish my laptop wouldn't have crapped out on me.
Letty, you still here? I'm on my 5th cup of coffee.
Anyway, you interrupted me during a important video of Jeffrey Sachs, but I already got the gist of everything. It's just I didn't hear the question and answer period. He's over in the EU today, and it was live. Jeffrey Sachs is a very important individual.
Yeah. So, Roxanne, have you seen Sean Tuber or Dark Road Run lately? I think they kind of vanished off the face of the earth or YouTube.
Yeah, but Sean Tuber hasn't recovered since what happened to his son. And I can understand that as a parent myself.
Yeah, but he had money to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks. Apparently, he's not really hurt by it.
Oh, he's hurt by his kid surviving leukemia. I don't know how that's gone, but I heard he was getting a transplant. But I asked him what's his son's blood type was, because if I was a match, I would donate because I've done it once before, and I already know what you're in for. I said it hurts like a motherfucker, and they can't give you no pain for it either. That's why I tell them I'm usually strangling the nurse or doctor at the time and say, I don't care how much I yell or scream, do not stop. Get in, get what you need, and get out. Don't be screwing around. And that's what I broke the gurney.
What are
When it
they
was,
going to be doing? Messing with bone marrow?
yes, they drive this large needle into your hip and pull on the plunger, and it sucks your bone marrow out. And yes, it hurts.
Yes, it does. I've had that done before.
Is that why they took your penis off?
But I would tolerate that pain knowing it's going to save somebody's life, especially a young kid.
Yeah.
It's just whoever it is that's going to be driving that needle in my hip, that's who I'm strangling, telling, get in and get out as soon as you get what you need. I don't care while I'm screaming or whatever. Just don't be screwing around. Get it and get out. But believe me, it hurt so much. I was pulling on that railing of that gurney, and I snapped 4 bolts that held that onto the side of the gurney. And when they were done, I sat up and I handed it to the nurse. I was like, sorry. They're like, we've never seen anybody do that before.
I squeezed my mother-in-law's hand, and I hope I didn't hurt her too bad.
If I'd have done that, I would have broke whoever it was would have had every bone in their hand broke. That's why I'm like, that's not a good idea. It'll wake you up in the morning, boy. But his son didn't have type A negative blood, so that was shot in the ass. If we matched, I would have been out there. Like, I'll get a load out there. Someone's just going to have to come get me, though.
Yeah, it all went downhill with Sean Tuber because we were all supposed to meet in LA. He was coming down on his sister's expense, and they bought them Universal tickets. Well, we were supposed to go with them, meet up, all this stuff. And I said, Sean, my wife needs her wheelchair with us too. Do you have room for it? I think we can make room, but how big is Marion? I said, why does that matter? You guys have already seen her. You know what she looks like. That's what I told him. And then he ended up going down there with his family and didn't have the money to buy his own tickets, so he had to go through his sister. She bought them for them. So they ended up still going to Universal. There's video proof on his channel. And he didn't mention, we're supposed to meet up with Josh and Mary. He didn't say all that. But plans failed for us, as it always does. And they still ended up going. And I've just kind of been pissed ever since. And because they made plans to come straight to LA, 6 hours away, to come hang out with us. And unfortunately, our side never worked out. So,
like, donating bone marrow.
We just couldn't do it.
As a male, donating bone marrow, the nurse told me, the doctor told me, this female, she goes, it's the closest a man can come to get, knowing what it's like to give childbirth. And I was like, oh, shit. And I was like, okay. Because afterward, that's the way I felt, like I just gave birth. Woo.
Mildred, share me out. Share the stream, please. Roxanne, you can do that if you want. Ed Reniger showed up yesterday in Darren's. I don't like him too much. Because he believes in that paranormal stuff and he lives alone. He thinks his trailer's going to float away. Hello? Ed?
Oh, yeah.
You know, Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Yeah. He makes it real creepy.
Yeah, so Adrian looked at my StreamYard link, but he didn't show up.
He looked at my StreamYard link, but didn't show up.
Yeah,
That's
on Messenger,
funny.
I could tell that he saw it, but he's not here.
That's funny. He looked at it. All the entire time I was eating those greens, what came to mind was uh, uh, the guy that played Ice Cube's cousin in the second Friday movie. He was that
Mike
old man with the
Epps.
shotgun. Yeah, he was that guy, old guy with the shotgun. He getting out of my greens! Bam! I'm all out of there. Next time I'll shoot you in the one that's winking, not the one that stinks. I could keep watching that scene over and over again and still laugh just as hard.
Oh, me too.
And the realism behind that, the way the dogs were barking. Come on out of there.
Every time I see it, I just hee-haw. It's so funny.
But I'm glad Cube is holding off because I know he wants to make it something real special because that will be probably the last Friday movie he does. And the title was supposed to be Last Friday. The only problem is the guy that played his dad is gone and the guy that played Debo.
Who was the guy that was his friend?
That's Chris Tucker. Is Smokey?
Okay.
Yeah, they need to bring him back because Chris Tucker is what helped make the first one so spectacular. That
Oh,
character
yeah.
Smokey you played,
He made the second one real good,
He
too.
wasn't in the second one.
and that last crop of weed I smoked in, I was in Debo's chicken coop sweating like a slave.
Chris Tucker only did the first one. He wasn't in 2 and 3.
Yeah,
He was in two.
No, he wasn't.
Mhm.
You can ask anybody. It was Mike
everybody
Epps.
wishes,
Mike Epps played in 2 and 3. I don't like him.
Oh, okay.
but they made the story where Smokey was in rehab.
Oh,
He was-
okay.
He was mentioned, but he wasn't in it. But Smokey's in rehab.
So get this. The actual house, it's not pink or salmon color like it was in the movie. The actual house does exist. People take photos there. And Miss Parker's house is right across the street.
It's in Compton, right?
I don't exactly know, but it's not in the best of places. But there's always large crowds of people at Craig's house. So
Well,
and
yeah.
they painted it ocean blue.
Yeah, everybody's there to brag to their friends. I've been to Ice Cube's house. Or Craig.
Craig, yeah.
Craig, come on in here. Man, I'll wait till you come out. Boy, I've been smelling your shit for 22 years. You can't smell mine for 5 minutes.
Who was the daddy?
John Witherspoon.
Oh, okay.
He's deceased too.
Yeah, but he was a good actor.
He's been in lots of other movies like Boomerang and other
He
stuff.
was good in
And,
that
and
movie.
I know Tiny was his name that played Debo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy Tiny Lister.
Yep.
Yeah, he was after Craig.
You know who he really liked to work with in Hollywood? Well, he said he was
Hulk Hogan.
extraordinary. No, he loved working with John Candy because they brought him in, remembering John Candy. They brought him in for an interview, and he was almost in tears. He goes, "That's John Candy." He gave up his trailer to the woman that was a famous actress back when he was a kid that played his mother in Only the Lonely. The trailer they got for John was for John Candy, but he gave it to her because he loved her so much as an actor or actress back in the day. It's like, wow, she's playing my mom?
Yeah, but Tiny also played in No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. But he also was in a John Candy movie, Armed and Dangerous.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, Eugene Levy was in that one. Yeah, and then they were both in Splash together with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I like Eugene Levy when he was in that movie with Steve Martin and Queen Latifah, and he was hitting on Queen Latifah. You got me downright straight tripping, boo.
Yeah,
I thought that was so cool.
That was funny.
we like that one. Bringing down the house.
He was hitting on Queen Latifah, and she was eating it up.
So
At the end of the movie, she put cornrows in his hair. That was cool.
Steve Martin was getting a phone call. I guess he tried to call a Chinese restaurant. They called him back, and he goes, and he hung up on him because he had the wrong number or something. He was speaking Chinese when they called back. He's like, "Did you order?" And then hung up, and that was what was funny too. And
That reminds me of Eddie Murphy in that Beverly Hills Cop movie. He pulls up and they speak in another language. He goes, "El Lacrayon Rosewood."
yeah,
He's
part
trying to
three.
speak the language.
They Rosewood.
El Lacrayon Rosewood. But he had a great career, and he had stopped doing a lot of movies too. The guy that played Rosewood, he was in a lot of movies. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, lots of movies.
Judge Reinhold, yeah. He also played in the 3 Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Santa Claus movies were good.
They were good, yeah. Martin Short was in the 3rd one. He played the villain.
But anybody that grew up near or had friends in the hood, the reason why Friday was so successful was because of its accuracy and its realism. That's why it was so successful, because people who grew up with friends in the hood or hung out in the hood, we knew. We thought, shit, then that's just like being down the street over there, at Robert's house.
Yeah, they had people in the area, in the hood, acting.
Yeah, thank you. So the other cool part about Friday is where that his friend monitors the street or whatever, make sure nobody's looking, and Smokey's taking a shit, and he's like, "Hey, is that Smokey taking a shit?" And yelling it out to everybody.
Yeah, that was Ezel. He was a crackhead.
Yeah.
That was so
Ezel.
funny. Him being behind that bush.
I like when he bangs on one of the doors, John Witherspoon's door. He's like, "Man, come on, let me in. I gotta take a boom boom."
He asked him, "You got to go number 1 or number 2?" And Jonathan Witherspoon's got the bag of grapes in his hand, and he goes, "Number 2." He goes, "Oh shit, you ain't gonna be taking no dumps here. Only I take a dump here." And he shuts the door on him.
Then he goes around the house and drops the load.
And he sits in the bathroom forever.
And he paid homage to a lot of
in the bathroom.
he paid homage to a lot of comedians and a lot of old actors, like the woman that played Esther in Sanford and Son. She was with those 2 other women as an evangelist knocking on the door. She and Craig just slams the door in her face, and she was like, "Well, fuck you, you half-dead motherfucker. Come on, sister."
And he was sitting in the bathroom reading newspapers.
And using disinfectant to spray around himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of somebody that needs a lot more fiber in their diet. If you're struggling like that, you got some intestinal issues that need to be corrected. I'm the type where I'm on the toilet less than 30 seconds and I'm done. Yeah, I'm sitting on there.
He was having trouble. I think he was
He needs fiber. He's struggling to take a shit.
going real hard.
He's struggling to take a shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why whenever I go to a truck stop and I gotta wait wait my turn for one of the stalls to open. Everybody's waiting in line behind me, and I come in. I'm in there for 30 seconds, and I'm coming right back out. And people are looking at me like, what the hell's wrong with everybody else? He was in and out already. That's because I have a high fiber diet. You take care of the colon, everything else will fall suit. You got a bad colon, your health is going to go to shit. You're going to have hemorrhoids. You're going to bleed. Like, for instance, I ate collard greens.
Not a sponsor.
Collard greens, 100% fiber. Like, if one of y'all had that, within the next probably 10 minutes, you'd have to make sure you're not sitting on the can somewhere. But see, it doesn't affect me that way. It just maintains a healthy colon and intestines.
Intestines.
Yep.
And get this. So Adrian acknowledged. I said, "Stop by if you want." He puts that thumbs up thing, and I was like, "Okay, so you're still not here." So busy. Okay.
Like when Jeff Daniels drank that coffee that had the laxative in it, and he was sitting on the can, shitting his brains out. Now, if somebody were to do that to me, it wouldn't affect me like that.
Okay.
I take pride in having a healthy colon. I go in, sit on the can, boom, done. Take care of business, and I'm out of there. And all the drivers looking at me like, man, this guy just went in and then came out before anybody else, and they all been sitting in there. That's because they got colon issues. Or they're in there spanking the monkey or some shit.
Do you drink a lot of coffee?
Who, me? No. I'll have like 1 or 2 cups a day, and that's about it. I mostly drink water.
Water.
Okay.
Now, water's healthy. It keeps your system clean and your kidneys, but it makes you piss a lot.
Yeah, it does.
And if you have to go, then how do you stop every 30 minutes or something?
No. Depending on how much water my intake is, there's sometimes I would stop at a truck stop and do my business and then start driving again, and 20 minutes later, I got to piss again. Sometimes that happens. But the more you piss, the healthier you are. That's because your system is getting flushed out, all the toxins and everything.
Yeah. I take a pee pill and it keeps me going.
Don't tell everybody on the planet.
I'm not.
Well, you just did.
That's why people who fart a lot, like a couple of people on YT from the UK, that's because they got colon issues. Ugh.
But
And it depends on what you eat. It, affects your colon in a certain way, which can cause a lot of gas. For me, what I know to avoid eating, but it tastes good, is the sub sandwich out of Subway, the spicy chicken sandwich. I will not eat one of those because I did when I was going out to California driving the truck, and it gave me gas something fierce. I was like, I'm like, oh god damn! I was hanging out the window, like, oh. I'm never gonna eat that sandwich again, even though it was good. It just my colon don't like it.
My pill makes me pee something fierce. I'm running to the bathroom like a racehorse.
No, that's called the trots.
The trots.
No,
I never heard that.
that's with number 2.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
Not with number 1.
Well, in the military, we called it foxtrot, which is the runs.
the
Or
runs.
they can also call it the airborne shuffle.
I never heard that.
Air horn shuffle.
Which is also professionally called dysentery, which affects everybody in the military at one point or another.
Yeah, amoebic dysentery. It's an infection in your tummy where you get sick and could die from it.
Yes, you can. Because a lot of our guys in World War I and II died of dysentery.
You get diarrhea forever.
Well,
forever.
I know
It-
that's
it
where you got it from. Stop. I was trying to see if Sean would remember that one.
It had happened a lot in the Vietnam War too.
Diarrhea forever. You don't have to be so graphic with her. I read it in a science book. Because Robin said, well, we don't want mommy to die from like
Dysentery.
no, amoebic dysentery or piles.
Yeah.
Piles.
No, that's what he said to the kids. He's like, amoebic dysentery or piles. And then the little girl, his daughter, said, what's amoebic dysentery? And then the son said, well, it's an infection in your tummy where you get diarrhea forever. Diarrhea forever. And then Robin goes, you don't have to be so graphic with her. Well, I read it in a science book. Why would you want mommy to
She was a
die?
cute. She was a cute kid. That actress that played his daughter.
You know what happened, though? She ended up coming out as a lesbian.
Oh, she's probably in her early 30s now.
Yeah, she's near 40 almost, actually. I don't know. I used to stay in touch with the oldest daughter. What was her name in the movie?
Uh,
Her
You knew
name is
Robin
Li-
Williams' daughter?
No. Robin Williams' daughter in the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, the oldest.
Oh yeah, yeah. She was the
Leslie.
oldest.
Uh,
was it Leslie?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because I ended up doing some shit like that with my son and his friends during his birthday party, dancing on the table like that.
yeah,
Me and my son and his friend were doing that.
Letty, yeah.
Letty, and then Natalie was the youngest, and then Chris, right?
Yeah.
So Letty, her real name is Lisa Jacob. She retired from acting in her 30s. And now she's an author. She writes about her acting and everything and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She also was in the first Independence Day. She was in that one.
Randy
I haven't
Quaid's
seen
daughter. She was Randy Quaid's daughter in that movie.
Yes. But I haven't seen her in anything else besides those two films.
The alien shoved a tube in my ass. I liked his character in that. Everybody thought he was crazy, but he was telling the truth.
And then he blew up the spaceship at the end, and he's like, hello, boys, I'm coming. You know, and
No, he goes, I'm back.
I'm back.
Oh, I remember that.
That's because the rocket, that he was the only one that had a rocket left on his F-18, and it malfunctioned. So he had to
I
crash
can't
the plane with
remember
the rocket on
person
it.
that said it though.
Randy Quaid.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You have selective
Yeah, I can-
hearing.
I can relate to Randy Quaid because his character in the movie Major League is just like me at a baseball game and a hockey game, especially baseball game. At a Cubs game, I've done that many a times. Yeah, he was out in the outfield with his two friends, and you know they bring in Wild Thing.
Charlie Sheen, yeah.
Yeah, they bring him in. He pitches to that guy for the White Sox, and he cracks a home run, right? But it's coming right at Randy Quaid and his friends, and they're yelling, "No, no!" Randy Quaid's got a glove in his hand, and he catches it, and he just gets angry. He takes the ball out of the glove and throws it
No,
back
he
on.
was
You
yeah,
rotten bums!
he was out in the stands in the outfield, and he caught a
Yeah,
foul.
behind the left field fence. It was just him and his two friends out there. The stands were empty. He caught the ball and he threw it back on the field. You rotten bums! And he's back up the truck, back it up. And he started yelling at Wild Thing, telling him to get back in the dugout instead of going to the bullpen.
Randy Quaid
Okay.
out in the street pumping the sewer into his RV.
Not into his RV, out of it to the in the sewer.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hitter's full, Clark."
Shitter's full. Yeah, what he did was highly illegal. You don't dump sewer in a storm drain. Why? Because it builds up gas and people can blow their asses up.
It did.
I like how they brought the huge dog, and he was eating all the he got a bone stuck in his throat. He's
Oh yeah, under the table when they're eating.
Yeah.
Ed, what's wrong with the dog? Oh, he's just jacking on a bone. Oh, he got it up.
Oh, he's got it now. He's good.
Aunt Betty, does your cat like green Jello?
I like how when Aunt Bethany walks in the house, first gets there, and somebody says, "Do you smell that?" And Bethany goes, "Oh, did I break wind?" You know, and Clark says, "No, Aunt Bethany, you're fine. Just the kitchen's over there." And when they get down to sit to eat, they say grace, and Aunt Bethany's husband next to him that loses his hair and catches that on fire. He
tells her to say grace.
Tells her to say grace, you know, and she's like, she stands up and says, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America." And then Randy gets up and starts putting his hand over his heart, and it's like, you know, and
the woman that played in Everyone Loves Raymond, that was Clark's mother,
Doris Roberts.
She was at the table. She was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she played the other woman in the Vacation movies.
Thank you. Right, Buns, are you with us?
Yes.
So, yeah, and then the son, Russ, he's like, "Dad, they boxed up their cat."
Yeah.
In the box and everything, and
yeah, like Vegas trip. They're out there at Eddie's house in the desert, and the daughter starts dancing around the pole, and he goes, Do not have unnatural thoughts of your cousin.
Right. Do not have unnatural thoughts about your cousin, Russ.
Yeah.
She's got her mommy's looks and her daddy's sense of balance. Get ready, folks. Chicken's almost ready. And it's out there on the rocks and it's frying out there. And
Get you some potato salad. Have to rustle the dog for it.
Yeah.
let me get the babysitter. And they threw out all the boxes of snakes everywhere. Where are we going? I love Vegas Vacation. That was one of my favorites.
Sad thing, folks, there are real people like that in this world. Well, not in the world, but here in the States, yes. There are real people that are like that.
I like the Christmas one. I thought that was so funny.
Sometimes I actually use references from what Randy Quaid said to Clark in Vegas Vacation when they were on Fremont Street. And Randy said something to Chevy about, well, maybe we can go in and, be managers of our own petting zoo. We could probably do that, because he couldn't get his money back. He was trying to find ways to do that. And he kept wanting to gamble. Wink, wink. And and then Randy says, well, they give free hot sandwiches out over at the blood bank. And then Chevy goes, I'm not worthy of a hot sandwich. I just want my family back, and
But his son cleaned house at one casino. They didn't know he was underage.
yeah, Papa Giorgio, yeah. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma. I'm in the software business.
And he won all those cars.
Yeah, he said, I put $1 in and won a car. Put $1 in and won a car. He's like, I get it. Where's the keys? He's like, okay, I'll take that big black thing over there, the Hummer. You'll take the red thing. You'll take the Mustang. You'll take that little white thing over there. Yeah. How if we go get married? Let's go renew our vows now. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm not.
I
ready
drove-
to do that.
Yeah, I've only been through downtown Vegas one time, and that was to get to Henderson when I was in that Lamborghini. Getting a lot of attention.
You probably got to
And
Vegas from Vegas to
Who-
Henderson in 10 minutes.
Well, from the truck stop going towards downtown, yeah, I hit 100 miles an hour, and I was like, "Whoa, I better slow down here." But when I got down there, all these girls were coming out of the woodwork. I had the window down, they're yelling, and I just kept waving at them. I'm like, "What is it with these women? They never give me this kind of attention." But one time in my truck, where those girls they flashed me their tits, it was when I was on Adrian's live stream, but lost signal for some reason, and recorded it to tell everybody. Murad lives over in that direction in Henderson. These girls came by, flashed me their boobs, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing, darling? Bend over, I'll drive you to the dunes."
Bend over, I'll drive you to the dunes.
Yep.
Bend over.
You don't want to say that to a girl that is from there, because they know what that means, and it's not good.
Bend over, I'll drive you to the dunes.
Because the dunes was nothing but a giant ass brothel. That's why it don't exist anymore.
And I invited Cher, Vinco, Adrian, Chris, and Sean Williams, Darren, Lone. All of our favorites are not here.
But it was funny too. I wish I could have recorded that when I made it to the club in Henderson, and I got out. I was struggling to get out. I looked like Christopher Lloyd trying to get out of the DeLorean. That's what I was like. And I got out and shut the door, and I'm like, "This is just too freaking small for me." And then I turned around and start walking, and all these ladies are looking at me, and I'm look down. It's like my fly undone. I'm like, "What is this?"
And then the daughter went to the dance club and she was doing the dancing on those poles in
What movie are we talking about?
Vacation.
Okay, Vegas.
Yeah. And then she had a scene where she went out and got up on the big sign
All
out
the way
at
to
the
the-
end of town.
Yeah, all the way to the top.
And she and
Cousin.
her cousin were having a blast out there.
I don't know, but I like that blonde cousin of hers.
Yeah. That's in the desert where they filmed that, and that's where a lot of teenagers partied or whatnot.
Oh, that really exists?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
Not so much anymore. It was mostly your 80s and 90s kids that partied there, but your Gen Zers aren't the partying type like that anymore. They're mostly home on their computers or on their phone.
What is that noise I keep hearing? Is that like a signal to say somebody is to the side of you?
No, that's my front facing radar. Means I was closing in on the guy in front of me. It's just a training tool to let people that are new that you're approaching too close to the person in front of you. Keep your distance.
So are you going to visit Darren's tonight? You said it gets lame, right?
No, it was all right. I just wish I could karaoke and everybody else would join in, but I'm trying to get these Japanese ladies that do live streaming and for him to interview on his live stream and have them as a guest. But it might be kind of tough. One is called the Sagi Japan No BS, and the other one is Miley from Smiley Time. That girl has got gorgeous eyes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think Roxanne's the only one that's still here. Everybody else done left. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I'm probably going to just call it a day here.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Probably see you later in Darren's live.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See you. All right, Roxanne, you want to come up or am I going to cut it off? I'm sorry if I get quiet. I'm just. If you want to come up, it's only you. Everybody else is so busy. I cut my own hair about end of June. It's been like this since the end of June, and I just found that photo somewhere. They combined my face to a photo. So. Plus, I wouldn't have my hair that style anyway, but I just thought it looked cool. I might let it grow out again this time, and I don't know. There's a certain length when it gets too tall for spikes and stuff like I used to have it. There's a certain length that I do not allow, and it has to go. And this is what I do. Start over. But when it gets long, I'll start styling it again and making it stand, and I got my hairspray and everything. But I'll talk to everybody later.